Yes, so today I'm going to answer a question that was recently asked, and that was, Lewis, what's the best way to lose body weight? What's the best way to drop body fat? And so, in order to begin this process, you need to ask yourself why. Why do I want to lose weight? It could be you want to lose 2 kilos, you would feel more comfortable being 5 kilos lighter. You want to drop down the dress size because you have a wedding that's coming up. For example, summertime is due 2-3 months from now. Once you have your why, I want you to write it down. Write that shit down. It's very important to write things down, because when you sit there and you have an idea, and then you take the time out of your day to write that idea down, it becomes a very powerful tool in the end. I can assure you. Once you have your why, I want you to think when. When would you like to achieve this goal by? It could be 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, potentially. With your why and your when, both written down, of course, I want you to put it, for example, on your fridge, beside your bed. So every morning you see it, every night you see it. Okay guys, so now that we have our why and our when, let's turn our attention now to the board behind me, where I'm going to talk about BMR. So your BMR is your basal metabolic rate. Your basal metabolic rate is your calorie intake you need on a day-to-day basis, essentially to survive, to be you, for your body to function correctly the way it should do, before you go through a whole load of problems if this calorie intake number isn't met. So here I have a BMR for a female and a BMR for a male. So with the numbers within the brackets here, you're going to times these firstly together. So for example, for a female, you have 4.35 times body weight in pounds, 4.7 times your height in inches, and lastly 4.7 times your age. So with these figures, times together, times together, times together, 655 plus this number, plus this number, minus this number, will give you X, which is your basal metabolic rate. From here, now that you have the unit for your basal metabolic rate, we move on to PAL, your physical activity level. So your physical activity level can be judged 5 different ways. So for example, sedentary, which is a unit of 1.2, falls into the category of somebody that indulges in almost little to no exercise whatsoever. Second, we have light exercise of 1.375. So your light exercise could be anywhere between of frequent walking every day or up to 60 minutes of intense activity within the week. Moderate exercise, 1.55. So moderate exercise of 1.55 is partaking in exercise roughly anywhere between 3 to 4 times a week of around 30 to 60 minutes. Very active, 1.725. So a very active PAL factor would involve a highly physical job or partaking in intense activity for around 5 to 7 times a week, which is quite a bit. And lastly, extreme, 1.9. So the extreme PAL factor would regard mostly athletes, those indulging in really hardcore, intense activity every single, but about 6, maybe even 7 days a week, hard, hitting it. Okay, so once you've figured out which PAL factor suits you most, you will times your BMR to your PAL, your physical activity level. This number, we'll call this Y, is your overall calorie intake you need on a day-to-day basis. So now that we have our overall calorie intake, we fall into a calorie deficit, which can range anywhere between 500 to 1,000 calories. So what I would invite you to do is to begin with putting yourself in a 500 calorie deficit. So once you've begun your 500 calorie deficit, particularly those that are more interested in just weight loss in particular, is to keep your weigh-ins weekly. So a healthy weekly weight loss can range anywhere between 0.5 to 1 kilo. So that, any number in between there, within a week of a calorie deficit, is a healthy weight drop. I want you guys to also bear in mind, which I find quite interesting, is with every 3,500 calorie deficit you fall into, you can lose around 0.5 to 1 kilo of body fat. So I hope you guys found that information useful. Subscribe to my channel below for more videos, and talk to you next time.